Okay guys, it's time for another 20-minute daily. Gonna be honest, you're not gonna be too happy that you turned up today. Me neither. It's a lot later in the day. Don't get me started. One of those days, one of those nights in fact. But we're here because it is the 20-minute daily, and it doesn't matter when you do it, but you do your daily 20 minutes. Okay, preferably you create routine, make it the same time, but if you can't get that routine, that doesn't mean you miss it. You put the effort in and find yourself back doing another 20-minute daily. So we're doing that Tabata again. We're going 20 seconds, 10 seconds rest. The only difference is, okay, so we're only going to do 2 exercises. Okay, exercise number 1 is going to be high knee running. So we're literally going to run, picking our knees up for 20 seconds. Exercise number 2 is going to be a burpee with a press up, and that's it. They're the 2 exercises. If you work that out, which you probably don't want to work that out, we have 40 rounds across our 20-minute daily. So we have 20 rounds of each coming up with 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. And that is that. So let's get started. Let's enjoy or suffer the pain. Let's go. Knees it is first. Okay, so not too bad, but obviously that's just round 1. We've got a long way to go. All right, burpees with a press up. Let's do it, people. I think I'm going to move around a bit. Today's workout, especially in this one. Just to change the view. Improve my scenery. Stare out the window. Mix it up a little bit. We're back to high knees. And that's it. That's all you've got to do. That's the workout. Now mistakenly, the weather is quite cloudy. We've got a little bit of wind here. We are exposed. I do get this little alcove which I hide myself in. But it was cold. Burpees. Make sure that's a good press up. Now, of course, here we are going to get to a point where you've done, that's 10%. That's the way you've got to look at it. Let's run. You might get to a point where the burpee press-ups become very difficult to maintain a good quality press-up. So, do what you can, hitting the knees, do reverse press-ups, even that reverse press-up folds very nicely into what is that kind of CrossFit burpee, where you've got that hand release on the floor. We've got to hit the deck. Let's go. So, but try and keep it strict for as long as you can. Okay? Try and keep hitting. Those good quality burpees. Right, I'm gonna go this way this time. Just to mix it up. Whilst I'm down here, I'll have a little stretch. I'm going knee running. Let's go. Ah. Only look this way, it's not that pretty, a brick wall. Whew. Let's go. See, I slightly adapted there. So put my hands down. I'm definitely dropping into that in a slightly different manner, which is fine. Let's go. It's kind of like I'm not hitting that bottom of a burpee, getting a stationary, and then doing a press up. So it wasn't super strict. But I'm probably getting more presses as a result. We'll have an experiment. Let's do the strict one. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 in there for me. All right, so I'll see you in the next round. Let's go, let's run. If I drop into it, how you do. Just so you've got an idea where you are. We have 27 rounds left. Right, so I'm going to try that drop in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm getting like half a little bit extra there. Let's go. Let's just get me into that drop that little bit quicker. So we've got to balance up what I want to achieve. So I quite like it. So I'm going to go with that one again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Clearly slowed up a little bit, or maybe my effort wasn't there. Let's go. So, this is round 24. That means you've got 12 of each move still to go. So we're not quite halfway. I know that's what you wanted to hear. I'm thinking I'm controlling this too much. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, So I count as like 5.5. Definitely kind of hit the knees on the last one. Knee running. And try and put a bit more in. Prove you. I think I'd found a pace which my body kind of liked there. Let's go. So, kind of fitness history lesson in a sense. Wait, but I always looked at the guy. So in CrossFit World, there's a guy called Rich Froning who won CrossFit 6, 7, 8, 9, God knows how many years in a row. An amazing athlete. Total respect. Now, my view of him particularly, let's go, was he was really methodical in his training. And he used to know his consistency, which was amazing. Let's go, run. What he used to do, in my mind, when I used to watch, I used to look back at how he trained relative to everybody else. Lots of people had that idea of go out, smash it, and it'd have a drop off. So, this is a principle we talk about in output. Let's go. Now, output is the way we think about our training over a duration. If you imagine the rest period in workouts. So we're over the halfway point. It's starting around 16, 8 of everything left. Rich Froning was the ultimate output. He had less of a drop off than everybody else. And so we would surpass everybody else over the time where the workout was. That's where he was amazing in my mind. I'll explain it to you. Let's go. And this is one of the things that we aspire to achieve in our workouts. If you go crazy, like nutso, like, so I do it in weight. If you had to shift 1 metric ton, now that being, okay, 1,000 kilograms, and you had to do it however you wanted. Rich Froning would be very methodical about the way that you work this out. Let's go. So he would look at the idea and say, all right, I could pick up 100 kilos 10 times, but I'd have to rest after each lift. Now don't get me wrong, Rich Froning could lift 10 100 kilos without a rest. But let's assume he couldn't. Let's assume that was his maximum, 1 rep max. And he would then require a full recovery before he could do it again. Now, we would say that would be 4 minutes, but let's say in this instance, 20-minute daily, he needed 2 minutes to rest between lifting that weight and putting it back down. So he would end up with a 20-minute workout to lift a metric ton. All right? But let's go. What he would do instead is look at the idea of where what he would do. Let's say I lift 50 kilos. Now I can do that twice, half a weight. Actually, let's say he could do that 4 times without needing a rest. Burpees. So he's done it 4 times without needing a rest. Now obviously, 4 lifts would take him that little bit longer, you know. Maybe each time 1 lift would take him 100 kilos, 5 seconds or so. 4 lifts, right, it may take him 15. We're ignoring the lift time in here, but it wouldn't be a long amount of time to do the 4 lifts. So, but then to recover from that workout, would be half the time, half the weight, half the time. This is just a rough guess principle to demonstrate the maths, but he would do this very specifically, or at least that's how I perceived him. So he'd do 4 lifts of 50 kilos, giving me a 200 kilo lift. And now he just needs a 1 minute rest period. Okay. Now that 1 minute rest period is in 200. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 burpees. He could do the workout that would take the 100 kilo person 20 minutes to do. We said 10 lifts and 1 and 1 and 2 minute rest. Running, he could do that. Same workout, it took them 20 minutes in 5 minutes. Because he only needed 1 minute rest to rest between rounds. Add the additional time into that for actual lifting, obviously slightly longer, but it doesn't constitute 15 minutes. Ready? Let's go. this actually is the final round. My talking has jabbered you out. Let's go. So he worked this out really specifically, what he could do for each exercise in amount of time. Now he's lifted more weight in less time, therefore his output per minute is massive relative to the person whose output per minute is tiny. Burpees it is. So if we put that principle into play, and you've worked along with me, or even gone faster, you were doing 5 burpee press-ups for every round. You did 20 rounds of 5 burpee press-ups. My maths is right. You've just done over 100 burpees and over 100 press-ups, because I was 5.5. And that's a lot of output. Now we've got to challenge ourselves and say, could we push that? And that's what we're all about. Technique, effort, nutrition, time. If you look at that as an entity, especially with technique, improve your technique. The effort, what's the maximum effort you could get out? In time. Time here is a factor of how long the workout is. It will change your output, and that will change your calorie burn for a session. So kudos to Rich Froning, because I always looked at him and felt that that was the way that he worked. And his output for time, doesn't matter if he started steadier than everybody else, he was still maintaining it at the end. And as a result, his output was far greater. He didn't need so much rest and recovery, which made him the fittest person on the planet. That's questionable in my mindset, because there's different sports people, different challenges. Let's just be brutally honest. We got these mega triathletes who are running cycling, swimming, marathon, multi-marathons, you know, these Ironman athletes who are doing just ridiculous stuff. They've got to be crazy fit relative to, and I don't know they're doing all their strength and conditioning, but I'm going off at a tangent. But the reality being is, as a premise for working on your training, maximizing your output in every workout is what we're trying to achieve. All right, guys. So that's my mini lecture whilst working out, because I know you wouldn't listen to it otherwise. And that's it. I'll see you on the other side for another 20-minute daily.